Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Manchester United 0-3 Bournemouth. Player ratings. Manchester United suffered a humiliating 3-0 loss at the hands of Bournemouth. Here are our player ratings from the game. Andre Onana for well and truly beaten for all 3 goals. Poor distribution and on more than one occasion, held on to the ball for too long, sparking the anger of the home supporters. Nusair Mazraoui 2, recklessly conceded a penalty when he brought down Justin Kluivert. Harry Maguire for sloppy at times and endured a few shaky moments. Lisandro Martinez 3.5 poor again. Lost Antoine Semenyo for Bournemouth's third of the match. Diogo Dalot 5, didn't do much wrong, but you can't help but feel he could have done more, especially in attack. Manuel Ugarte 7 busy in midfield again. Some excellent tackles and challenges in there that brought an end to spells of Bournemouth possession. United completely got overrun in midfield once he was taken off. Kobbie Mainoo for not sharp enough, especially in possession. Even his link-up play was not up to the standard. Appears to be struggling to find his natural place under Ruben Amorim. Tyrell Malaysia 3 struggled a bit, especially early in the first half, but grew into it a bit more as the game progressed. Didn't offer an awful lot going forward. Gave away 2 silly fouls on the byline, one of which resulted in Bournemouth's opening goal. Rightfully taken off at halftime. Amad Diallo 6, kept quiet by Milos Kerkez, who barely gave him room to breathe down the right. Had 1 or 2 promising sights of goal, but he was unable to find the back of the net. Bruno Fernandes 6.5, had 3 very good opportunities to score in the first half, but he couldn't hit the target. Kept trying to make things happen even when United seemed done and dusted. Joshua Zirkzee 2, not involved in play nearly enough. Didn't even have a shot at goal. Should have stuck tighter to Dean Huijsen for the visitors' opener. Lenny Euro 5, he and Fernandes could have perhaps done more to cut Evanilson's pass to Dango Ouattara, or even lock down the Burkinabe footballer before he found Semenyo with the cutback. Rasmus Højlund 6, forced Kepa Arrizabalaga into a good save. Looked lively, but unfortunately, couldn't help United turn the game around. Alejandro Garnacho 5 good chance to cut down Bournemouth's lead when Højlund put him through on goal, but he couldn't beat Arrizabalaga. Got into some good positions but failed to make the most of it. Manchester United versus Bournemouth highlights and reaction as Huijsen, Kluivert and Semenyo score. Man United lost 3-0 against Bournemouth in the Premier League on Sunday, and here is what happened. Manchester United were hammered 3-0 by Bournemouth at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim's side went into the game in 13th place, and a win against Bournemouth would have lifted them into the top half of the Premier League, which was extra incentive. United were beaten 4-3 by Tottenham Hotspur in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup on Thursday evening. However, they couldn't returning to winning ways against the Cherries. Bournemouth took the lead through a set piece in the first half and scored another 2 goals in the space of a few minutes shortly after play resumed following halftime. United have conceded 9 goals from set pieces this season, and Nusair Mazraoui conceded a penalty for the second goal. It's hard to push for 2-3 wins, and we are trying. This game was hard on us. We suffered again on set pieces and we were a bit nervous. I felt it in the stadium. The penalty and another goal are really hard here. We tried to score some goals, but it was a tough match, so let's move on. If you look at the game, we were not conceding anything before the first goal. We had opportunities. If we manage to score the first goal, then the game should be different. We want to score, but we are too nervous. We have to fight this. After the penalty, we need to control the game better because we know this situation is really hard. We have to control better this moment. We have to focus on the job and not what you feel in the stadium. It's the only way I know how to focus my players. We have to suffer again, but we will try to win. We will do it until the end. United player ratings as 3 get 3 out of 10 versus Bournemouth. Andre Onana took an eternity whenever he had the ball in his hands or at his feet. Well beaten for all 3 goals. 5. Nusair Mazraoui got an early earful from Ruben Amorim and moved to the wing in the second half after Tyrell Malaysia went off. Committed an imbecilic foul to give Bournemouth a penalty. For Harry Maguire uncomfortable on the ball amid Bournemouth's pressing and the windy conditions. All at sea, like every United defender, when Semenyo made it 3-0. For Lisandro Martinez, startled by Bournemouth's aggressive pressing and not remotely composed on the ball, should have been taken out of the team. For Diogo Dalot, back on the right yet no more effective in attack as United continue to struggle with fullbacks doubling as wingers. For Transfer News Live, Man United confirmed deal, 3 want Rashford. Arsenal battle, Isak latest. Manchester United and Arsenal are said to have already agreed transfers, while Liverpool and Chelsea also look set to be busy in the January transfer window as Man City assess their options. The January transfer window is looming and Premier League bosses will be hoping they can boost their squads in just 11 days. For the moment, Marcus Rashford's future is dominating the news cycle after the Manchester United forward admitted he wants to leave Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim has suggested he would like to retain the 27-year-old services, but the club are happy to facilitate his exit in January or beyond. A loan has emerged as an option, and already it has become apparent that suitors may have trouble financing a permanent deal. United's new boss also may want some players of his own to arrive next month. Liverpool, meanwhile, still need to resolve their contract issues. Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold could all open talks with other clubs next month. The trio are set to enter the final 6 months of their contracts. Real Madrid are said to be increasingly confident of landing the latter and have also been linked with Van Dijk. Chelsea could mount a serious title challenge, but exits are more likely at Stamford Bridge. Ben Chilwell and Carney Chukwuemeka may hope for new destinations to earn playing time, and the Blues have been linked with signing yet another goalkeeper. Arsenal are seeing no shortage of links to a new forward, and Manchester City could yet eye someone to fill the giant hole left by Rodri after a disastrous run of form. With new managers at Southampton and Wolves, there is set to be transfer activity throughout the table. Will Bournemouth reverse spur Man United into action? Ruben Amorim was under no illusions about the size of his task at Manchester United, but the club's latest setback could accelerate a push for January signings. United were beaten 3-0 at home by Bournemouth, with Dean Huijsen, Justin Kluivert and Semenyo scoring the goals. Amorim's team may need to sell to fund new arrivals, with Marcus Rashford among those linked with an exit, but the latest defeat has left them in need of quick results to climb back into European contention. Newcastle set for Garcia disappointment. Newcastle are one of 3 clubs keen on Barcelona defender Eric Garcia, according to Sport, via Football España. The former Manchester City centre-back is down the pecking order, with Girona and Porto both also said to be keen. However, the same outlet indicates Garcia wants to stay and fight for his place. Will Saka injury force Arsenal into action? Arsenal suffered a concerning injury blow in Saturday's win at Crystal Palace, with Bukayo Saka forced off before halftime. He grabbed his hamstring and couldn't continue. He will have to be assessed, but we are pretty worried, yes, manager Mikel Arteta said. Match report. Manchester United 0-3 Bournemouth. Manchester United capitulated to Bournemouth in what was a horrific 3-0 defeat at home on Sunday afternoon. Yet again, Man United's defense showed its vulnerability from set pieces, allowing the away side to grab an early lead, which handed them all the momentum from that moment on. After 5 minutes of pinball-style football, with the ball flinging rapidly from one side of the field to the other, United got their first scoring opportunity. Amad Diallo pounced on a pass from Kobbie Mainoo, sending a shot toward the bottom left corner that the goalkeeper saved at full stretch. 9 minutes in, Semenyo took a speculative shot from distance that Andre Onana saved comfortably. 4 minutes later, Semenyo fouled Lisandro Martinez to hand United a free kick. Fernandes' cross was easily cut out by the visitors' defense, however. 29 minutes in, United's terrible approach to set pieces was exposed yet again. Tyrell Malacia fouled Adam Smith on the touchline, handing the underdogs a free kick. Ryan Christie's cross found Dean Huijsen, whose header floated into the back of the net, while Onana watched on hopelessly. Poor marking again from United's defense. Moments after the restart, Onana parried a shot to prevent his side going 2 goals down. Clearly, United's defensive struggles have not been resolved. In the 37th minute, Manuel Ugarte was booked for bringing down Justin Kluivert, who almost broke through United's defense. 5 minutes from the break, Diogo Dalot played the ball to Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the box, whose shot skidded wide of the upright. Moments later, Kobbie Mainoo started a rapid counter, passing to Fernandes on the left, whose shot was well saved. Amad Diallo's corner almost found the back of the net, only for Huijsen to head the ball out. Finally, United began to ask questions of the visitors' defense. On the stroke of halftime, Mainoo showed some impressive footwork to dribble past 4 Bournemouth defenders, only to send his shot wide of the far post. Still, with 1 minute of stoppage time, United had a bit of time to find an equalizer before the break. United's poor defending would have given Ruben Amorim a lot to think about as his team found themselves trailing at halftime yet again. Clearly, there is still a heap of work to do in order to strengthen United's defense. When both teams returned to the pitch for the second half, Leny Yoro came on in place for Malaysia, signaling Amorim's intent to already effect change from the start of the second 45 minutes. Huijsen replaced Joshua Zirkzee in the 54th minute, while Alejandro Garnacho came on for Manuel Ugarte. On the hour mark, the referee awarded a penalty to the visitors. Mazraoui took down Kluivert with a sliding tackle, missing the ball with his effort. Kluivert sent Onana diving the wrong way with his confident strike, doubling the visitors' lead in front of a mortified Old Trafford crowd.